Hello, I'm Carol Vorderman and welcome back to Perfect 10. 10 questions, 10 points, all done in 10 minutes. Yes, it might be Monday, but don't be blue, because I've got a whole new week of questions, riddles and puzzles to educate, entertain and to irritate you. Hello to all of our regulars, but if you're new here, where have you been? Don't forget to go back and listen to all or some of our previous episodes. There are 4 weeks worth to tackle, so go back and test yourself between shows. Now, before we get to the questions, make sure you subscribe, follow and like to get the next episode as soon as it drops. We're here from Monday to Friday, so join us on your commute, your coffee break or any spare time you might have. I promise, after just 10 minutes every day, you'll feel sharper and smarter. There are 10 points available every day. That's 50 points in a week. So let us know how you did in the comments or on social media. Just follow at Perfect10Carol to let us know. Right, let's show Monday who is boss. It's Perfect 10, week 5. Let's go. Question 1 is your starter for a Perfect 10. Let's get a point on the scoreboard. Which month's name has the same number of letters as its position in the year? Well, there are only 12 of them, so have a think, and I'm sure you'll start the week off with an easy point. Remember, you can pause and rewind the show, take a deep breath and think for as long as you like. I can't wait. I'll give you all of the 10 answers after the final question. You'll need your ears and mind working together for question 2, which we always call our hearsay round. You're about to hear some sounds which relate to a well-known phrase or saying. So what phrase can you hear in this clip?
On your marks, you rodents! Get set! Go!
It's hearsay. So say what you hear. What have you just heard? And how does it make a well-known phrase or saying? How are you doing so far? Round 3 is what I'm calling Carol lateral thinking. So you need to pop your brain to the lateral position and think on. When is 1500 plus 20 the same as 1600 minus 40? Don't think mathematically, by the way. Think laterally. Think about where you might see numbers written like that, and that should give you a very, very good clue. Question 4. Let's try something a little different. This round is our memory game. I'm going to play you a clip that features lots and lots of information. You have to retain as much as possible and hopefully remember enough to give me the correct answer to the question which follows. You got it? Let's hear today's clip.
Still all to play for here at Woodby Stadium as these two teams fight for survival. Newton FC and North Moulton both risking relegation, and with only minutes to go, the score 2-2. What's this? Anderson, he takes the ball, he's pushing forward. He flies past Simmons, he takes on Greaves, passes inside to Scott, who's waiting in the box. Could this be it? The goal that saves Newton FC in the 89th minute. North Moulton putting the pressure on. Scott sees the opportunity. What a goal! He scores!
And your question is, in which minute was the deciding goal scored? Well, it sounded like a thrilling match. Not a real one, by the way. It's just a made-up football match. OK, questions 5, 6 and 7 are all about the 3 Fs. Frivolous, familiar and fun. They're a mix of observation, common knowledge and everyday teasers. So here we go. In February 2022, Channel 5 announced that they would stop showing which much-loved Down Under soap. This soap was a juggernaut show in the 80s and the 90s, but apparently the show is coming back. There'll be a lot of happy fans. 5 questions down, 5 to go. One for those with a sweet tooth. What nut is in the middle of a Ferrero Rocher? Oh, Ambassador, you're spoiling us. But what kind of nut is at the centre of all that fancy, wafery, chocolatey goodness? That's the question. Now for question 7. We're heading to the board game cupboard. Which is the most expensive property on a UK Monopoly board? The source of many a family argument, I'm sure, but which location will set you back the most money if you land on it? Question 8. And this round is called One In, One Out. And here's how it works. I'm going to give you a word and ask you to either change or remove a letter to create another word. So, which letter can you change in the word board, B-O-A-R-D, to make something hairy? Quite the chin scratcher, that one. If you have any puzzles or riddles you want to test us with, please send them our way. They might even end up on the show. But we move to question 9, and round 9 is called I know this. It's those tip-of-the-tongue teasers that'll have you saying, I know this. So here it goes. What is the English translation of the words chien, perro, and hund? Think back to your French, your Spanish, and your German classes at school for this one. And here we are at our final question, question 10 of the day. One final push, everyone. Right, we are on the home stretch now. As always, we end with our daily riddle. And here it is. What runs but never walks and has a bed but never sleeps? And there we have it. Another Monday in the bag. Well done. That was a great, honestly great mental workout today. The answers are coming up. But before that, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's questions. And if you've got any riddles and puzzles you want to irritate me with, remember to let me know by commenting and messaging me at Perfect10Carol on Instagram, TikTok, and on YouTube. 10 questions, 10 points, all done in 10 minutes. It's perfect 10. So is your brain feeling a tad sharper than it did last week? 10 tough questions, but did you get a perfect 10 score? Here come today's answers. Question 1, your starter for a perfect 10. Which month's name has the same number of letters as its position in the year? And the answer is September. It has 9 letters and it's the 9th month. September was originally the 7th of 10 months in the Roman calendar, hence the set part, set for 7. After the reforms that resulted in a 12-month year, September became the 9th month. Whew, that's complicated, but it still retained its name. Question 2, as ever, was our hearsay round. I asked what well-known phrase was hidden in these sounds.
On your marks, you rodents. Get set. Go.
And the answer is rat race. Question 3, my carolateral thinking question. When is 1500 plus 20 the same as 1600 minus 40? And the answer is when it's on a 24-hour clock. 1500 or 3 p.m. plus 20 is 20 past 3. 1600 or 4 p.m. minus 40 minutes is also 15, 20, 20 past 3. Question 4's memory game. You heard a football match and I asked the question, in which minute was the deciding goal scored? And the answer was the 89th minute. Well done if you managed to remember that key bit of information. Into the frivolous, familiar and fun questions now. And we start with question 5. In February 2022, Channel 5 announced that they would stop showing Which Much Loved Down Under soap. And the answer is Neighbours. Yes, Neighbours. We all remember Scott and Charlene, a.k.a. Jason Donovan and Kylie Minogue. But did you know the soap also launched the careers of the likes of Margot Robbie, Liam Hemsworth and Guy Pearce? Russell Crowe even made an appearance on Ramsay Street in 1987. Question 6. What nut is in the middle of a Ferrero Rocher? The answer is a hazelnut. But did you know that the company Ferrero, the maker of Nutella and Ferrero Rocher, uses 25% of the global supply of hazelnuts? That's a lot of nuts. Question 7. And I asked, which is the most expensive property on a UK Monopoly board? The answer is Mayfair, which will set you back a hefty £400 to purchase. It's one in, one out for question 8, which involved saying farewell to one letter to make a new word. What letter can you change in the word board, B-O-A-R-D, to make something hairy? I gave you a bit of a clue by saying this one was a bit of a chin scratcher, because if you change the O for the letter E, you get beard, B-E-A-R-D. Round 9 is, I know this, so did you. What is the English translation of the words chien, perro, and hund? The answer is dog. Hund was probably the biggest clue there. Obviously sounds like hound. Chien is French, perro is Spanish, and hund is German. And finally, today's question 10, our daily riddle was, what runs but never walks and has a bed but never sleeps? The answer is a river. A river runs and, of course, has a river bed. So, how did you do? Did you score a perfect 10 on our first show of the week? Don't forget to get in touch and send us some of your favourite questions, riddles and puzzles to keep us all thinking. Until next time. Remember, make sure to subscribe to the podcast and follow us on YouTube and across our social media channels so you don't miss out on any of our rounds. Before I say goodbye, I'll leave you, as I always do, with one final puzzle, and it's an anagram. No points, it's just for fun. Which French fashion designer's name is an anagram of cool chance? C-O-O-L, cool, C-H-A-N-C-E, chance. I'll have the answer to that and 10 more questions tomorrow, so hit subscribe if you haven't already and join me for Tuesday's edition of Perfect 10. I'm Carol Vorderman, and that was Monday's Perfect 10. Have a perfect day.